Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading, my dear Aqua babies. I'm going to do a reading in a format that I've never done before. I'm going to stack cards. I'm going to basically read the messages I get from a card, and then we're going to another deck. We're going to ask the same question, but we're getting probably a different answer because it's looking at you in a different way. This reading is all about you. I'm going to ask who you are, how others actually perceive you, what people get wrong about you, and how this affects you in relationships. We're going to start with the Good Tarot. Haven't used it in a dog's age. Then we're going to get into the Starseed Oracle deck and the Fortune Cookie Oracle deck to take an interesting glimpse at Aquarius. Okay, who you really are. You are the Ten of Air. You're the Ten of Swords. So you've been betrayed in some way here. You might even be someone who goes through regular sort of dismantlings of the ego. There's a part of your ego here that even possibly right now is in the throes of being dismantled, and a new aspect of intellect and thinking and understanding is being established. That's who you are. How others perceive you. Oh, interesting. The Nine of Fire, the Nine of Wands. Well, okay, they perceive you as going through something for a very long period of time here. They also perceive you as someone who has been trying to shine some sort of light or make something known for a very long time. It's kind of giving me this vibe here that people perceive you as having sort of like a special aspect to you that is very unique, that has been difficult to bring forward for others to see. It's maybe even like not feeling understood. Maybe not feeling, people see you as feeling misunderstood. And this misunderstanding, especially because she's holding these beautiful stars, it feels like this misunderstanding is wrong. Like if it could be somebody's maybe, or some people perceive your intentions to be something that they are not. They may perceive them to be negative and they're not. Maybe you're feeling betrayed too by situations that unfold around you. Like, but it's interesting because there is at least some people that perceive you as like experiencing this. They're not just the ones that perceive you incorrectly. Like I'm getting people that see you as someone who is seen in the wrong way, or your intentions are misunderstood. That's how people perceive you. So what does people get wrong about you? The Three of Earth, the Three of, how it is that you want to build and cooperate with others. Maybe there's a feeling of isolation at times when you want to kind of like, is it a duality, like wanting to be in the group and wanting to work with the group and wanting to contribute to the group, but then it almost feels like you're isolated because she's like, I don't even understand what the group is working on anymore. Like this is always kind of looking to, this is such a unique Three of Earth. It really does remind me of the Three of Wands, the way she's standing there looking out for something, expecting something. People get wrong about who you are in group situations too. I feel like there's also some type of mystery that surrounds you. Maybe it's a way that you keep boundaries between yourself and other people here, but it's almost like there's things around you that people don't understand as well. They get those wrong. My gosh. How this affects you in relationships. The Two of Water, the Two of Cups. Okay, what I'm going to say is that there's something very unique and different about you. That when you connect with someone, you really, really connect. Because most of the time it feels like people just don't understand aspects of like maybe your story, the world that you live in, whatever it could be. They misunderstand that. They misunderstand how you want to connect and build with others in a group, like what it is that you want to contribute. But then there's also people here that can see that you've been dealing with something for a really long time. I feel like that means that basically birds of a feather come towards you, like, and it might feel like you cycle through a lot of people until you connect with someone in like a really strong way. So it's basically Two of Cups or it's nothing. To me, it feels like for you in relationships. And Two of Cups, that can be romantic, but it's also like a friendship card. These two, right? These two goldfish have found each other in the vast ocean, and they're going to hang out together because you know what? This is a crazy place. Some people try to eat you. Some people try to disguise themselves. Some fish try to disguise themselves. Now, as I say, birds of a feather, or particularly what comes with you, it's interesting how she's blowing this feather away. Trying to blow feathers away, trying to blow things away that don't represent you, that don't stand for you. That's who you really are. You're trying to, maybe even at times, if you make friends with some people, as you get to know them, you might establish a bit of a closeness before you truly know them or they truly understand you. And then it feels as if this is something that, you know, this is not good. It's not working out for you. And you have to try to like blow some of these feathers away. The underline is the Seven of Water, the Seven of Cups. Interesting, right? We're seeing like here, how this affects your relationships is that there's a lot out there, and it's when you find somebody that's really like you, that's just amazing. It is amazing. So there will be times where you feel like you hit the jackpot when you meet someone that you can really converse with and kind of connect with. Look at this. The underline is all of the possibilities out there, and who really out there is for me. Who can I really connect with on a deep level is your underline. Okay, so that's looking at you through like the good tarot, which is not just a typical tarot either. But now we're going to go into the Starseed Oracle deck and look at you again. These cards do not need to, and I'm actually not looking for them to connect with the cards that have already come out. I am trying to look at different facets of you and in different ways that you're misunderstood. And okay, who you really are. You jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. Jeez. You want things to be really different. You desire things to be different. It's almost like you observe the world. I want to say even from a soul sense here, like your soul itself is observing the world and going, oh man, there's some things there that really need to change. We really need to change some systems. We really need to change some habits. I got some ancestral wounds in there. We need to get in there and we need to dig it out, baby. That's who you are, is to get in there and really say change. Say yes to change. That's a very Aquarian energy, isn't it? Like wanting to kind of explore the differences here and make the changes. That's who you are. How people actually perceive you. Oh, interesting. Okay, people perceive you as having a connection, like spiritually here, and to maybe be a little bit otherworldly. So your ideas are maybe, where did that come from? Or that's an interesting concept. A star keeper, cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. Oh, people see you as like a star seed. That's how they perceive you. And I think that to some extent here, you kind of are. It's like you have concepts that are very different from maybe what some of the concepts are that have been developing here with humanity and on Earth. And you want to get in and you want to say, yeah, or even maybe inspire people to say yes to change. Like, let's change things here. People perceive you very starseedy, very different. Like, Aquarius, not from this place. Okay. What people get wrong about you. Earthed. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Wow. Talk about, like, look at this, who you are. You're plunging in, and then look at this person is like, you can see them like settling into the water. What people get wrong about you. Okay, it's interesting because people do see you as sort of starseed. Now, when I say that, like, not everybody you run into is going to have any concept or any knowledge about that concept or that philosophy. How much we can prove or disprove any of these things. Sometimes I think we're just in a big VU, RV? What is it? VR reality. Yeah, no, VR, that is VR, virtual reality. But anyways, okay, but people get, because they see you as someone who is very different. They see you as very different. They see you as somebody that doesn't necessarily conform, okay? They perceive you as that. They perceive you as a nonconformist. What they get wrong is the times when you do conform, it's almost like you are just learning how to be human, but you're not trying to be of this world. So I feel like how people perceive you is probably like I'm getting the perceptions of people who are not really maybe so familiar with words and phrases like starseed and you know, like that sort of stuff. They see that you're different. They really do. But there are times here where, like, honestly, any of us are going to conform to some degree. And what that is, like, just putting clothes on for the day and going outside is conforming, right? Because there might be some people like, I just want to be naked all the time. I'm just going to walk around naked. Well, you know, you might get in trouble. So you conform, right? But to whatever degree that is, what they get wrong is that you are kind of learning to be human. You really are not, like some of you, I really feel like this might even be your first incarnation. Honestly. You're in this world to make change, but you're not actually of it. That's what they get wrong. They see you as being a little bit different, but they don't really understand the deeper part here, that you're really not from here. It's maybe even quite difficult for you. That's why the Two of Cups would be like so big for you. Like when it comes to relationships, it's like all or nothing. People really get me. Somebody gets me or everybody doesn't get me. So, okay, how this affects you in relationships? Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. You're not seeing it, so you're creating it. You're literally not seeing it, so you're creating it. And the thing is, when you create this path, it's kind of like by being you, you draw to you those that are like you, which is not going to be easy in this lifetime. You have to be the one to make the change because ain't no fucking buddy else doing it. Is what this looks like for you. It's like nobody else is doing it. And you know what? No, I'm not going to be human. I'm going to get into the system, this human here. I'm going to conform in ways that I need to that prevent you from possibly being incarcerated or something, right? Like, yeah. Because if you don't conform in certain ways, you will not be allowed to make any changes. That'll happen. Like if you're just too drastic and too dramatic, you will not be allowed to make changes. Either there will be certain laws that are, you know what, you can't cross that line. You can't do that. So you're in prison. What changes are you going to make in there? Maybe some, but probably not as much as you would like, your soul would like to. And if you are so extremely different, nobody's going to listen. Nobody's going to listen because they're going to they don't connect with you. They don't understand you. So that's kind of the thing that I'm getting here with what they get wrong about you is that you are still trying to make changes even when you are conforming a little bit. And you have to be the person here. There may not be a lot of people that get what it is that you're trying to do or the changes that you want to make or the way that you kind of see, you know, maybe you just want to be by example. Like maybe you just want to live by example here. Like, I'm not one of those Aquarians, Cindy, that needs to go out and needs to change all of the systems that exist. I would just like to live in my own way peacefully. And those that relate to how I'm living, they connect with me. It's kind of fun, isn't it? It's kind of fun doing it like this. So, Lost Lands. This is the, wow, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Oh, okay. It's not your first time being here. This is not your first rodeo. Okay, it's not. It feels like, but it's almost like every time you come down, you're not here to try to be of this world. You're just trying to make changes in the world, honestly. It's so fucking Aquarian. It's hilarious, right? How accurate is that zodiac shit sometimes? Really? Okay. Now, this is where I go into. This is going to be interesting. I played around with quite a few decks. This one seemed to work in an odd way. So I was like, all right, we'll take it. So, okay, who you really are. You are friendship. A friend needs your help. Your kindness and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. Look at that. Like, you are here. Maybe, like, a friend needs to change. And you're going to say, I'm going to come in, I'm going to tell them. I'm just like, I have for the first time in my life, I have an Aquarian friend. She's my neighbor across the street. And I'm telling you, she will tell you. She will be quite open and honest about things. You know, it's very refreshing. And you know what? I'm cool with it. I have a Gemini rising in Venus, so I'm like, I totally get it, and an Aries. So I can appreciate it. And she never, honestly, I don't feel like she ever says anything because she is, you know, if there's something that I've done to my house or something I'm doing, she'll like, yes, she'll give me her opinion, but then she'll also say, but it is your house and you have to do what you feel good about. You get, like, I appreciate that. Thank you. But she's not, she doesn't deliver it or say it in a condescending way. And I know that she actually really does mean that, right? Because you could have some people in your life that say that shit and you're like, ah, fuck her. I don't mean that. So I want to say, like, you could be that person that tells somebody what they really need to hear. That's who you are. You're a friend. When somebody needs help and it's a true friend, you will, maybe if it's not even, you will, if somebody needs counseling, you've got the skill to give them some type of advice. I want to say you're probably very likely to do that, to help people get back on track. That's who you are. You are friendship. How others actually perceive you. Love life. Affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. They might see you struggle with your love life. They might see you struggle a bit here with your love life. They might see you struggle a little bit here with affairs of your heart, like things that have to do with your heart here. You may find it difficult to connect with people on a deeper emotional level. Wow, it's very interesting, which is bringing me back to you know, how this affects you in relationships. So yeah, people perceive, at least they perceive you as maybe having difficulty with your love life. But I kind of want to say that people don't see this as a negative thing for you, or they think that things would, you know, things in your life could be resolved. You are somebody that comes across as, you know, quite capable of resolving issues for other people. So they kind of, I want to say they could see that, you know, you could probably resolve issues for yourself here too. So what they get wrong about you. Society. Oh my God. That is hilarious, right? The society. Like, it's almost like you're walking amongst earthlings and you're not really one. Say yes to all the wonderful invitations coming your way. Excellent networking opportunities and new love interests for singles will be the result. I want to say that that's not necessarily why you find yourself in society or what you're doing in society. There could be like society in general. I do feel a lot of people in general with socializing, it is to create networking opportunities that can be beneficial for them. Like, there tends to be sort of an ulterior motive that is directed towards their self, right? A lot of times. And maybe even like connecting with new love interests. Like, maybe some people are like, yeah, I got to find a new lover. I got to find, you're like, no. That's what they get wrong about you. You are not somebody who is connecting socially here just to network, like just for yourself. And I say, because I've known people that are like that, and it's all, you know, and sometimes I've looked at it and I thought, you know, it's probably not a bad approach to have. Myself, I just can't do it. I just don't want to put the energy in to networking with people that I may necessarily not, you know, have a lot in common with them, but you know what, this person has access to this part of society or this tool or this, that might be good for me down the road. So maybe I should keep this person in my back pocket, or, you know, whatever. Like, you are coming across as someone who's like, that's not necessarily the reason why you're in society. And it's not about love interests for you. I want to say it is. There's a part too here. It's almost like you're an alien and you're coming here to understand what is it like to be a human being. That's what they get wrong about you. And who wouldn't get that wrong? I mean, that is a very vast and obscure thing to be. So how this affects you in relationships. Assert yourself. You have to forge. You can't follow. You probably, even when you network, you don't really find people that are, because I feel like there's a lot of aspects of society that are designed beyond, are not in alignment with maybe what you would socialize for, or how you would socialize, or how you want to connect with people. Go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connections. Birth of a child is also likely. No, it could be birthing a project though. Could be birthing something with another person, like building something. So how this affects you, you're the one that usually has to kind of take command of a relationship. Now, I feel like depending on like the type of person you are, when you see someone who is really like you really connect with this person, you won't be shy. You won't be shy about it, and you will be the one that tries to connect with them. You may even get a deep sense about people. I kind of feel like my Aquarian neighbor is like that. Like she just gravitated to me like instantly. I remember the first time I met her, it was standing in my driveway after I'd done one of the what do they call those? It's not a view, a viewing. It's like when you go to a funeral. You know, like a walk through the house kind of thing. It was like, you know, when you trying to buy a house, you put in an offer, and part of the offer is that you get 3 or 4 walkthroughs of the house before it closes. I was in one of those, and I think it was the last one before it closed. Like it was still like another 3 weeks or something like that, or I don't know what it was. Standing in the driveway talking to the real estate agent and a girlfriend of mine that had come with me to look at the house. And she's walking back from the grocery store, and she just stops and she says, "Oh, hello." And she just looks at the group of us. "You've bought the house?" And I stepped forward. I said, "Yes." She's introduced herself. She told me where she lived, how long she'd been there, how long the other people. Oh my God. And at first I was like, oh, she's very bold. Is she one of those people that really wants to know my business? You know, some people are just really friendly because they want to get into your business. And she wasn't like that at all. And it's been a hit. I appreciate having an Aquarian in my life. I really do. And she's often able to put into words things that I'm like, I don't know how I would describe what's going on right now. And she'll do that quite effectively. So I do feel like there are times where you are the bold one. And then like you may approach people in a very bold way. But then there's also instances where, you know, there may not be anyone around you that you feel like you can connect with, but you are living your life the way that you feel most authentic to live your life. And by doing that, it draws that odd fish in that is like for you. And this underline is commitment. A commitment is indicated around love or business. It will make you feel better. So maybe that is something that you've made a commitment here to someone in the past that's made you feel a lot better about things. Maybe this is a friendship. Maybe it's a romantic love. You know, whatever it is, it makes you feel better. So that was this week. I am gonna go do an extended. In the extended, I'm gonna ask. You know what? I've got 2 possibilities with this extended. I'm gonna do exactly what I did with this. I'm gonna follow the same questions for another person. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna ask who they really are, how you actually perceive them, what you get wrong about them, and how this affects you in the relationship. I'm going to use these cards, so we'll look at them from that dynamic. Thank you so much, Aqua Babies. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.